Good lord, ladies and gentlemen, we are in for it today, as I had the misfortune of sitting through the misery that was Maggie Gyllenhaal's feminist reimagining of Mary Shelley's unfinished creation, The Bride of Frankenstein, with this unbearable 2-hour-long bag of trash, The Bride. Yeah, I think it's fair to say I may have played my hand a little bit early on this one, but I just cannot hide the empty depression that I have been left with from the torture and insult to cinema that this film was. Where do I even begin with this one? I don't know, maybe the fact that it seems to be absolutely hell-bent on portraying Mary Shelley as a bitter and wretched, unruly, drunkard type woman, just constantly shouting spitefully at everyone, while Jessie Buckley delivers it all in a kind of funny Joanna Lumley impression. I'm Joanna Lumley. Darlings. I mean, this movie definitely has a feminist agenda, and I'm not necessarily saying that's a bad thing. Female empowerment is good. And Mary Shelley is, one of the greatest writers in living history. Creator of an iconic story and monster that has remained prevalent for over 200 years. Yeah, she's absolutely a perfect icon for a feminist movie. So why on earth does this movie seem hell-bent on just trashing her image, suggesting that a woman that existed 200 years ago would have hashtag girl boss agendas of today, screaming and shouting at you in every single scene with zero subtlety whatsoever, just shoving the message right down your throat while giving Mary Shelley the weirdest fuck you imaginable. It's so confusing, which really does sum this film up, to be honest with you. It kind of wants to be this sort of modern and chic piece that's pushing political agendas of today upon you, whilst pretending to sort of be edgy, even though it's very much like what your parents think is edgy, and what, our generation would just sort of cringe at, all whilst trying to give you a twisting and turning detective side story that really doesn't amount to anything or really need to be there because you're literally witnessing it all unfold anyway, all while seemingly being confined by its own parameters of supposedly being a Bride of Frankenstein movie, which it just really isn't, to be honest with you. I don't know what it is, it's just a freaking mess. It's written like absolute trash. I just started to give up after a while. Characters get some small setups and motivations only for them to lead to absolutely nothing, of course, whilst other characters seem to simply exist to allow this plot to conveniently thud onwards, with some of the laziest and most convenient writing for these dreadful characters. This isn't verbatim, but a conversation between Frankenstein and a doctor goes pretty much like this. No, Frankenstein, I won't do it. It's wrong. I thought you were a mad scientist. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's get started. And just like that, problem solved. Because this movie just rushes through everything and treats you, the audience, like an idiot. It wastes so much time just being utterly over the top to the point that it is near unbearable. The editing is laughably shit. I genuinely giggled in the reanimation process. I don't know what that was. And the filmmaking in general is just unremarkable. It's not dreadful, but it's not great either. It's just all style and zero substance. Except the problem is the style is just cheap and tacky. And worst of all is that it takes two very good actors. There's no denying that Christian Bale and Jessie Buckley are very good at what they do, super accomplished, can absolutely trust them to bring home the goods. Unless they're being directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, it seems. Because both of them are atrocious here. Christian Bale just comes across as lost and loafing and lumbering through his words. And like I mentioned, Jessie Buckley cannot have a scene that has any subtlety to it whatsoever. It is overacting 101. Scream, shout, dance like a maniac, be weird and vomit and stuff, scream swear words at the top of your head. Do whatever you need to do to give the audience a headache. She was unbearable. And she is basically the lead of the movie. She's so bad, I actually fear for her Oscar chances. The Oscars are coming very, very soon, like a week and a bit away. And she's up for Best Actress. I don't see how you can win Best Actress when this performance is in cinemas at the very same time. This is scrub it off the CV bad. There's no real depth to their relationship, it's all just forced and rushed. Anytime it does stop to breathe, they often just fill it with awkward, unusual sex scenes that seem to just come out of nowhere, that sometimes include things like licking each other's pussy wounds. Delicious. It lacks any and all originality, being almost a complete rip-off of Joker Folie à Deux. Another disaster piece that absolutely nobody should want to copy at all. If you switch out the songs of Folie à Deux to a preachy screaming roar of feminism and style the Joker and Harley, Frankie and Ida, to look more like the tattoo gangster Jared Leto era of the Joker, Frankenstein, then you've got your movie. Wait, what franchise is this supposed to be again? I'll give Folie à Deux this. At least it's an audacious and brave swing and a miss. Yes, that is something I can and will laugh at, but also respect and forgive. The Bride, however, I cannot do the same. There's nothing new or grand of scale that really tries to leave its mark or dazzle its audience. Just scream and puke for 2 hours with some dainty Ginger Roger-esque dance routines padded into the film for no reason whatsoever and without any creativity behind them at all. This movie was nothing short of unbearable. If I wasn't a critic giving a review to you, I would have just walked out. It was a really bad start before the title cards had even popped up, but I tried to, be professional. Give it a chance, we haven't even got going yet, it will improve. So I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and it just became evident that it was never going to happen. In fact, I'd argue that it seems to me that the movie made a challenge for itself to make sure that each scene is far more annoying and irritating than the one that came before it. And if that was the goal, then my God, you smashed it out the park. I am really, really trying to think of a positive for this movie. And I just can't. Like I said, okay, the filmmaking was bearable at best. It's eye-rolling, it's toe-curling, it's completely and utterly cringe. It feels extremely outdated with the agenda that it's shoving down your throat, and it feels so misguided as well. This was just utterly dreadful. Please heed my warning and save yourselves. The Bride gets a 1 out of 10. Thank you for watching this review. Please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please hit the comments as well. Have you seen The Bride? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you haven't had enough of this crazy ginger, you can always click on these suggested videos right here, get yourself lost in IMO Wormhole. But if not, take care. I look forward to seeing you on the next review.